Necesitamos tu firma aquí. Los contratos dictan que estás entrando con conciencia y en todos tus sentidos, librándonos de lo que la experiencia genere. Pasa por aquí. Tome asiento.
Project Mycroft was a really cool sci-fi short. I love when sci-fi films use their genre to deep dive into the human condition and explore humanity in this sort of otherworldly science fiction way. So I thought that was really cool. I also enjoyed that it was all contained. It was a contained short in this one room with the Mycroft machine. So I thought that takes a lot of talent to have such an interesting psychological story contained in this one room. I thought the cinematography was really cool with the pink lighting, and the editing and the effects were also really well done. I loved what they did when they deep dived into this man's social media. We saw all these little different aspects of his life. Seeing from the machine's perspective when it highlighted different parts of him that it was investigating, that was also really well done and really cool to see. So yeah, overall, I thought this film was a great little sci-fi short, and I thought the acting was incredible with just seeing his facial expressions. You know what's happening in the end. It was a brutal ending, and I think it was earned from this short. So yeah, really enjoyed it. A really great film.
We're probably not far off from a world like shown in Project Mycroft. It's probably not a world that's far off from it at all, if it's not already in experimental phases. A world where machines know us better than we know ourselves. We certainly do spend a lot of time on machines, and we trust them probably far more than we should. I do wonder what the guy was shown that made him react the way he did. If I could see a project like this, if this was expanded into a feature, getting taken over by the government to manipulate and exploit people, by any governments in the world, really. It's a very interesting idea, because anybody who pays attention to narratives or conspiracy theories or that knows a possibility of a machine like this could be very real, which makes this an excellent source of science fiction, because that is what science fiction is, something that could possibly be real. This is this film that stands apart from others like it is that they actually had someone asking questions, which in film, they typically forget that part, that when you're experiencing something new, it would be normal to ask questions. And usually they forget that and just get right into the action. And this project had the sense to do what, as human beings, we would do, is ask questions.
Project Mycroft is very intriguing. I enjoyed the set design and the lighting. The concept was definitely intriguing, although I found myself having a lot of questions about what the characters saw and what the device actually does.
Project Mycroft. Well, I really like the concept of this film and the way that oversharing personal information on the internet, brings consequences. I thought it was an intriguing idea for the storyline to have personal information collected by this company to create digital art. That's so appealing. And the company is mysterious. They don't really say what they're going to do with all the information, and even the subject looks really doubtful, but I love the way they reveal the results only to him. And he is dismayed and he is outraged. I thought the use of the lighting with going red at the end, and I like the use of the spires in the set to give you that computer lab feel. I thought that was well done and really suited the story setting.
Hey, I'm commenting on the short film Project Mycroft. This was just a really cool concept. I especially had no idea where it was going to end up, and I can truly say that it was a surprising and shocking ending. I think you did a really nice job with the production design too. it was simple, but I think it was effective, and it was a nice use of the lighting, and I thought that you did a fun job of creating sort of an almost like HAL 9000 like supercomputer as in a sense this guy's main adversary here. I loved in particular. I thought the last 5 minutes were just totally enthralling. I will say I did think that you were doing maybe a little too much telling in the first 10 minutes. It ultimately kind of felt like it was just 10 minutes of a guy describing something, and I mean, the old saying is, show don't tell. And there wasn't a lot of showing what this machine did. And I think it would have been stronger if that hadn't felt like just quite such a lecture. But that being said, I mean, the concept really carries this a long way. It's really cool and really creative and unique. And I really enjoyed where everything ended up. Nice job with this.
Project Mycroft was very intense. It definitely hits a lot of very current topics when it comes to technology. And it asks a lot of questions about things that, a lot of us aren't sure about the answers towards, especially when it comes to the factor of your digital footprint. It takes everything about you on a digital sense, and it creates this image that basically resembles you as a person. Something about that feels very eldritch, in the sense that there's this fear of absolute truth, where it asks the question, just how much of you are you willing to see? And it asked the question of what was it that he saw that caused him to react the way he did. Will we get to a point where technology has reached this evolution that we are witness to things that we mentally cannot comprehend? It was a very thought-provoking short, and it was very eerie, and I definitely liked it.
Project Mycroft, I thought this was so, so, so well done. When you have anything that starts off with saying, like, oh, we need you to sign something, saying that you're giving your free and willing consent, you know it's going to be an interesting time regardless. And then to have most of it be just him sitting there and the other guy standing around him talking him through it, kind of explaining these different ideas and different things. And again, like I really thought that the color that they chose to use was really, really interesting, because as you watch more of the movie, I felt like it played a really big role, because it kept both of them mostly in shadow, but I also think that they were interesting color choices, because it just wasn't really what I was used to. I thought it was like a really vibrant choice. So he's just standing around talking and, getting him, like, talking him through the experience, getting him kind of amped up, like, just talking and talking as he's moving freely around this person who's sitting there. And then it actually starts and the color shifts, which I thought was so cool and so interesting. And then he becomes, like, fully in light. Like, you can fully see him illuminated, the man that was sitting, which you didn't previously get. And I loved how they used those things to help kind of dictate the tone of what was going on. Because once the color has shifted to red, obviously it's taking on a different, more kind of, in my mind, like a sinister turn. And you're really kind of understanding why he has to sign a consent form, because in the beginning you're like, you're just sitting there talking to him, like, why does he have to sign anything before that? So I thought it was really, really well done.